Well, today we're finishing up our sermon series in the Beatitudes. And I don't know about you guys, but as we've been walking through this and unpacking how the values of the kingdom that Jesus expresses and declares here are upside down from this world. And as I've been trying to lean in and let the Lord change me with these, my world's getting turned upside down. Because these are not the instinctive kinds of responses that I have in my own life. Being poor in spirit, mourning, being merciful, being peacemakers, hungering, thirsting after righteousness. These things have exposed in me natural inclinations otherwise than God's kingdom. But that's good, right? Because we need to be changed. Amen? So we're finishing things up here. We're in Matthew chapter 5. We'll be reading verses 2 through 13. So if you have a Bible or Bible app, you can turn there. As you're turning there, let me just kind of bring us up to speed with a few items here. So next week, I will be gone because of surgery. I've got a torn rotator cuff, so I'll be having surgery this Wednesday. I will be getting my first COVID test. They're going to test if I have any brain tissue up there. So I'm going to shove it way up, see what's going on up there. And then I'll be quarantined till Wednesday. Then I have the surgery. And so certainly appreciate prayers for healing and for recovery. Pray for my wife as she has to put up with me. And then, Lord willing, we'll be back here, back at it quickly here. So Pastor Friday, though, is going to be bringing the word. Always love it when Pastor Friday brings the word. So he'll be preaching here next week. We'll be back inside next week just because logistics, we just don't have the ability to set up again like this next week. So we'll be back inside next week. As we get started here, why don't we just go ahead and jump in. Matthew 5, verses 2 through 13. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are the persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. These and post these in order to shock the faithful into action. A Christian witness becomes less of a witness of a redemptive gospel and more of an ongoing session of primal scream therapy. Let me read that again. When we get the wrong thing as our priority, the wrong ideologies as our priority, and we're not following Jesus, our Christian witness becomes less of a mission of a redemptive gospel and more of an ongoing session of primal scream therapy. Isn't that kind of what you see out there? Isn't that what we see happening displayed on Facebook, in our relationships? Friends, when we mistake our priorities, God's priorities, for the lost, we've got billions of people around this world who are going to hell. And if we're championing our constitutional rights more than Jesus and the need for this culture to receive Christ, we've got a problem. If we're championing social justice more than the justice of God and need to get right with Jesus, friends, we've got a problem. It's on both sides. Jesus doesn't take sides. He is his own king, called to that kingdom, and if we are part of that kingdom, we will have influence. But if we let this world influence us, we will not be part of his kingdom. Do you understand why I'm passionate, friends? Because lives that are going to hell are at stake. All guilty, friends. All of us are guilty of being contaminated in some way, shape, and form. All of us. All of us are guilty of making something more important than Jesus or even equal to Jesus. or His truth and living it out. We're all guilty. But you know what, friends? What makes us super salty? What makes us super desirable is grace. Friends, we're all jacked up. We're all messed up. We're all prone to being contaminated. We're all broken. But what makes us so attractive is the grace of Jesus, that He didn't come to wait for us to get cleaned up. He knew we would be broken. He knew we would be prone to deviate from Him. And He came and pursued us to die for us, to take the justice of God for us, to be for us, knowing that we would repeatedly fall over and over and over again. And He's not done with you, and He's not done with me. He didn't die for you to be good enough. It's not about perfection. It's about progress in Jesus. It's not about our perfection we declare to this world, but it's the perfect love of Jesus Christ. And we let it shine through our brokenness. The world needs the grace of God. It needs the truth of God. It needs to know that our sin does matter. You can't be good enough. It's not about whatever you do, doing whatever you feel right. There is a hell. There is judgment. And we've got to bring hope to this world through our salty lives that are gracious because we've received the grace of God. So we're going to go into a time of communion.